And we saw a fascinating sequence of events yesterday after the close. Unfortunately, I was not there to watch it live, but you could clearly check it out after the fact just as well. With Best Buy rallying, we saw a sympathy rally coming from both GameStop and AMC, and maybe others as well. Let's close up on a chart of GameStop, and we can compare the charts a little bit here. So here's GameStop. We can see it had already reached a point which is the highest in several months here. If we back up the charts here, we can see, let's go to this is a 180 day, and let me get rid of these patterns for a second. And we can see really has busted out pretty hard here. So what would propel somebody to buy even more just based on another stock's rally? That's really the question for me. So let's compare. I think we can overlay all these stocks together. So let's start with BBBY, because that was kind of the initiator of all of this. And here's the chart for BBBY. I want to go to a, let's see, a 5-day maybe. And let's compare this to AMC and GME. So if I go here, quick study, compare, we can put GME here. So the purple's GME, and then we can add in AMC here. And if you look in the chats, people were cheering this and all these stocks up, but there's a couple questions. One, now this is like, they don't seem as, it's not as big of a percentage move they're showing here. But you can see here, certainly there is something going on that connects all these stocks together. And the question is, what makes somebody turn around and buy these other stocks because Best Buy goes up? Now, certainly, I would think that they are all in the same ETFs to some extent, right? So if one ETF goes up, the other goes up a little bit. So that's got to be part of it. But really extraordinary moves in all of these stocks yesterday, just based on this one stock. And the other question I have is, if this is just kind of like a sympathy thing, is it sustainable? Can we expect these stocks to just go right back down, at some point in the near future? We see Best Buy is kind of, they're all kind of trending a little bit lower right now. We'll see if that continues to the open. Right now we're at pre-open, but you see that first spike was the height for most of these, or for all of these so far. And they've kind of faded since then. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after that. Now, AMC has earnings coming up in less than a week. So will it break out of this little trend here? How long will this relationship between meme stocks stay together? How long will they act in sympathy to one another? And how can we use this information in the future to successfully trade? Now, obviously, if you had seen Best Buy rally and if you bought these other stocks, you would have made money yesterday, but it would have been pretty hard to figure that out, right? Because this doesn't always happen by any means. The way that the meme stocks are correlated, sometimes they're very well correlated, other times they're not. Certainly, the percentage move in Best Buy was much bigger than any of these other percentages, as shown from that first chart. But really explosive moves right after the close in these stocks. And, that's a significant, I looked after the close, something like 80,000 shares traded in GameStop. And that is a significant amount of money that's been put up. And, the people that bought GameStop here, the majority of the shares were probably purchased up higher here than where we are now. So it so far today is a losing trade, the people that bought this initial spike here. So the question is, what propels somebody to go ahead and rush to buy a stock after the close that's already at a several-day high? It's fascinating behavior, and I'm not a psychologist, but I'd be interested to hear any of your theories on why that happened. For those of you who are long these stocks, congratulations. I know I saw some people in the chat saying that they were long all of them, and this was a huge score for them. Certainly it's a score if you were to sell them and get out and they don't go back down. We will see where we go from here. Anyway, thanks for checking in today with me, and